Finally got out of a much needed shower after the local water company shutting my water off and threatening to call the police. It's always something. If they're not losing power because they're trying to grift all of us with having their own, power grid. I'm losing power in storms, or I'm losing power because it's, maxed out. They're threatening to cut me off, if I'm one day late on a payment or something. It's so fascistic. And you guys cry, and when we mention the word fascism, you're like, you guys don't know what it is. You're like, y'all don't know what it is. You're hitting all 14 tenets. You're hitting all 10 pillars, whatever definition you want to go off of. Y'all are checking all the boxes. And if you specifically aren't, if you're only checking 12, promise you Bannon and Trump and Stone and what's his name, Mnuchin and MTG, they're checking every single one of these boxes to Putin's glee. I actually low-key like Southerners, always have. I don't know, it's their resourcefulness, it's their lightheartedness, it's their sense of humor, generally their warmness. I just like them. They know how to drink and have a good time. A lot of them know how to fight and shoot. Like, what's not to like? What's not to like is why I made this video. And I just think it's strange that you guys, gals, whomever in the South who claim to be Christians and spiritual, who might be viewing some of my content, you're totally just missing the fact there's literally a miracle being performed by nature in this house. And most of y'all are just missing it. Cricket, I was told by myriad professionals and anybody else I talked to about this, that there's no hope, or it's going to cost an outrageous amount of money to take care of her. And she's actually walking. Made a couple videos about it, didn't get much traction, but I mean, Cricket went from her back legs not working to her back legs working months after the fact, after everybody told me to give up on her. And she's walking now. She's almost running. I would say within a week, she'll be at like majority of her movements back. But there's literally a miracle going on. By nature, God, whatever you want to call it. A miracle is being performed, and I'm posting about it. And you guys skip over that. And all you can see is this manufactured hatred from bigots years ago who constructed this hate towards the LGBTQ community. And that's all you do is you hate towards me. And I'm not even gay. I'm not even in the community. I mean, I might be a little, but I mean, like, I am just an avid supporter. I'm an advocate for that community because they're marginalized. I guess the point I'm trying to make is that some of you Christians are skipping over the fact that there's like a labor of love here and that some astonishing things are happening here. You're not even seeing that. You're so blinded by this manufactured hate. Like, I saw some lady comment on one of my Cricket videos the other day, please take her to the vet, please. Yeah, I took her to the vet. They scratched her head and said it's gonna be thousands of dollars to even take a test to find out what's going on. And then it's gonna be thousands of dollars of surgery. Meanwhile, I weaned her off the medication, started giving her turmeric, and nature's kind of taking care of the rest. TLC, love, food, attention, comfort, clean surroundings, clean environment, positive self-talk. That's the type of stuff that she's picking up on, and she's gaining energy from that. And instead of focusing on that and how powerful that is, y'all just see me as some snowflake who stands up for gay people and trans people. And they added anti-LGBTQ rhetoric to the Bible in 1946. I don't know how many times do we have to reiterate that. That should tell you everything. What happened in 1946? The Yahtzees got beat and they scattered around the world. Okay? Some of them came here. They're all over. So I'm not surprised to see a general rise in authoritarianism in this 40, 80 year cycle post World War II. You know, the writing's been on the wall. But the fact that people are still blind to this, or so obtuse to not pick up on it, or so dedicated to their ideology that they refuse, a table of facts that when presented to them, y'all are being told what to think, and then you call us bootlickers and snowflakes. Like, it's pretty fucking wild. I've had about enough of it. And like, I like Southerners and I like Texans, I got here as quickly as I could. Had to make room for all the Texans moving to Colorado. But this shit's absolutely out of hand. The lack of awareness, self-awareness, the amount of misinformation, disinformation, and low information that is saturated in the South needs to stop. And I'll tell you who's promoting it. Putin is promoting it. Trump is promoting it. China is probably glad to see just us struggling in any way possible. But very specifically, Putin is obsessed with how the Confederacy was able to, have an economy based off slavery, and how they were able to discriminate against a whole race of people. Like, Putin loves that the Yahtzees loved that about the Confederacy. Like, they studied it. They study it now. They want to recreate it. So when I say you're on the wrong side of history, you're on the wrong side of history. And my grandpa, who fought in World War II, turning over in his grave right now. This is not a both sides thing. It's either fascism or it's a social democracy. It's simple as that. And you're either, if you support Trump, if you support MAGA, if you support the Republicans, then just by association, you are supporting white supremacist ideology. You're supporting systemic racism. You're supporting hatred and bigotry towards LGBTQ. You're supporting hate towards immigrants who power this country. You hate Jewish people just because, for no fucking reason. You also are aligning with people who want to not let women have decisions. The same type of people who didn't let women have credit cards. The same type of people who have been suppressing us this whole time are desperately trying to clutch on to authority and power through MAGA and Trumpism. And if you can't see that, then you're so in deep. I don't know if you can get out at this point. I guess this is my last ditch effort to Southerners, Texans, anybody around me. Like, I wouldn't be putting my neck out and talking like this in such a volatile environment if I didn't kind of like y'all, and like, I kind of respect y'all, and I want y'all to have better lives. And I think you've been duped, and I don't want to look back 5-10 years from now when you guys are all scratching your heads like, how did it come to this? I don't want to sit and say, man, I should have taken time out of my day selling insurance or taking care of dogs or playing Call of Duty to speak out against this. Like, I refuse to be one of the people who didn't speak out.